Do the new atheists have any new ideas? I don't believe they really have any new ideas. I think what you're seeing is you've always heard the same old arguments from religious people explaining why God exists. They've never been any good. But what you've had in the past decade are so many different people in so many different mediums attacking those arguments and responding to them and criticizing them and offering arguments of their own as to why those are bad arguments. And so you started with the books by, Richard Dawkins and Sam Harris and Hitchens and Dennett. You got those best-selling books that come out challenging religious belief. You have the rise of the internet where, if you go online anywhere, the internet's not very kind to conservative Christians who just fall back on a holy book. Because no matter what site you're on, it could be a conservative news site. If you say, gay marriage is wrong because of God, you're going to have someone who's way more intelligent on that regard come back and strike your argument down on religious grounds. So on the internet, you have people criticizing religion. I mean, Reddit is one example. You have so many blogs, you have so many websites. All the national organizations have a website with information about their beliefs. So on those fronts, you have responses to religious arguments. And then you also have this huge outs campaign where, like from the Dawkins Foundation, but not just through them, but you have people coming out of the closet as atheists. They're not afraid anymore to tell people, at least in some parts of the country, hey, by the way, I'm an atheist. Not a big deal, but I put it down on my Facebook page. There's a word in my Twitter bio that says I'm an atheist. And people didn't always want to come out as atheists. And I'm not saying everyone does that. I'm not saying it's easy everywhere you go. But now it's like, it's okay if you're an atheist. It's kind of cool if you're an atheist. And that's weird for me to say because it's like atheism has almost gone mainstream. And you also have celebrities who talk about religion when they do interviews. Ricky Gervais is constantly poking fun at religion, whether it's his stand-up specials or his interviews or when he's hosting an award show. Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter, he has said he's an atheist. There's a lot more out there, but you also have celebrities talking about how they are not religious. And you would think in the past that could have hurt them career-wise. Maybe people wouldn't want to work with them. And now it's not a liability anymore. That's kind of amazing. So you have this, beautiful confluence of all these people criticizing religion, criticizing all the bad ideas religion has always had. These are not new ideas, but you just kind of have everyone going at it at once. You don't just have one book coming out and that's that. You don't just have one figurehead who everyone knows, that's the person who's anti-God and that's it. You have so many people coming together, all of whom are speaking out against God's existence and against religious-based thinking that's just bad in general. And that's kind of what the new atheism to me is. There's nothing new about it other than religious people just aren't used to it. And you know what? Good. I'm glad they're not used to it because it's going to keep coming at them, this barrage of criticism. And at some point, they're going to have to either respond, which they don't have good responses for it, or they're just going to have to accept the fact that atheism is as legitimate a belief system as anything they've tried to prop up for themselves. And we're as much of a part of this tapestry as everyone else is. So you got to get used to the fact that atheists are all around you and there might be some in your family. My name is Hemant Mehta. I write at friendlyatheist.com. And if you have any questions for us, please leave them in the comments.